Hey everyone, welcome back to Rohit Reviews. Today we're checking out an interesting AI platform called ComicAgent AI. If you've ever wanted to create your own comic books, children's stories, coloring books, videos, characters or printable content, but you don't know how to draw, write stories, design pages or edit videos, then this tool is definitely worth looking at. ComicAgent AI claims that you can simply enter an idea, and its AI agent can research the concept, write the story, generate characters and artwork, arrange the comic panels, add speech bubbles, format the pages and prepare the finished product for publishing. But the big question is, does ComicAgent AI actually make content creation easier, or is this just another overhyped AI tool? In this video, I'll break down what ComicAgent AI offers, how the workflow works, its main features, potential advantages and disadvantages, pricing claims, and finally, whether I think it's worth considering. So let's get started. What is ComicAgent AI? First, let's understand what ComicAgent AI actually does. According to its official sales page, ComicAgent AI is designed as a fully autonomous AI kids content creation platform. Instead of using separate tools for writing, illustrations, character creation, formatting and marketing, the idea is to bring much of that workflow into one platform. You start with an idea. For example, a brave little girl who saves her town from a dragon. The platform says its AI can then turn that basic idea into a complete story and visual product. The advertised workflow is essentially idea right pointing arrow story right pointing arrow characters right pointing arrow artwork right pointing arrow layout right pointing arrow finished product. And that's probably the biggest selling point of ComicAgent AI. How does it work? Let's talk about the workflow. The first step is incredibly simple. You provide an idea or concept. You don't necessarily need to write an entire screenplay or detailed comic script. The platform says its AI story to ComicAgent can develop the idea into a beginning, middle and end, then arrange the story panel by panel. Next comes character creation. This is important because one of the biggest problems with AI-generated comics is character consistency. You might create a character on page 1, but when you generate page 5, the character can suddenly have a different face, hairstyle or outfit. ComicAgent AI specifically advertises a character consistency engine, designed to keep a character's appearance consistent across pages, covers and videos. After that, the platform can generate the artwork and arrange the comic panels. It also claims to automatically handle speech bubbles, formatting and page layouts. So instead of manually moving every image, text box and dialogue bubble around, the goal is to automate the production process. And finally, you can export the finished content. The sales page lists formats including PDF, MP4, PNG and KDP-ready output. Main features. Now let's look at some of the most interesting features. 1. AI Story to Comic. The first major feature is the Story to Comic system. You provide the concept and the AI generates the story structure and comic panels. For beginners, this could be useful because you don't need to start with a blank page. 2. Character Generator. ComicAgent AI also includes an AI character generator. You can create characters such as heroes, sidekicks or mascots and establish their appearance and personality before creating the complete story. This could be particularly useful if you're building a series where the same characters appear repeatedly. 3. Character consistency. This is probably one of the features I would pay the most attention to. Consistent characters are extremely important when creating comics. If the main character looks different in every scene, the final product can immediately feel amateur. ComicAgent AI specifically claims that its consistency engine keeps the character's face, outfit and style consistent throughout the project. Of course, the real test is how consistently it performs with different prompts and longer stories. 4. Coloring Book Generator. Another interesting feature is the one-click AI coloring book generator. The platform says you can turn a theme into a printable coloring book and prepare it for platforms such as KDP and Etsy. This means the same basic idea could potentially be turned into multiple products. For example, one children's story could become a comic book, a coloring book, a storybook, printable worksheets, and even video content. That type of repurposing is one of the more interesting aspects of this platform. 5. AI Video Generator. ComicAgent AI also promotes an AI video generator. The platform says it can turn an idea, prompt or script into a standalone video rather than simply animating an existing comic. For YouTube creators, this is potentially very interesting. You could theoretically create a story and then turn that story into video content. 6. Kids Content Tools. The platform goes beyond comics. It advertises tools for kids' storybooks, rhymes and songs, worksheets, printables, AI tutoring, kids' blogs, characters, and educational content. So ComicAgent AI is trying to position itself as more than just a comic generator. It's basically aiming to become an all-in-one kids content creation system. Business and marketing features. Here's where things get even more interesting. ComicAgent AI also advertises marketing-related tools. According to the sales page, its AI marketing agent can help generate things like ads, social media content, email sequences, SEO content, sales copy and blog content. There's also an AI business agent that is advertised as helping create sales pages, thank you pages, mockups and banners. So the idea isn't simply create a comic. The bigger idea is create the product and then create the marketing assets around it. For someone who wants to experiment with digital products, that could save a lot of time. WHO is this for? So who would actually benefit from ComicAgent AI? I think there are several potential users. First, beginner comic creators. If you have ideas but don't know how to draw or format comics, an automated workflow could be useful. Second, children's content creators. The platform is heavily focused on kids' content, including stories, coloring books, worksheets and educational material. Third, KDP and Etsy creators. The platform specifically promotes KDP-ready and printable content workflows. And fourth, YouTube and social media creators. The ability to turn ideas into visual stories and videos could potentially help creators produce more content. The big advantages. Now let's talk about the positives. Advantage number 1. All-in-one workflow. You potentially don't need to jump between a writing tool, image generator, design software and video tool for every project. Advantage number 2. Beginner-friendly. The basic concept is very simple. Enter an idea and let the AI build the content. Advantage number 3. Content repurposing. One idea can potentially become several different products. Advantage number 4. Character consistency. If the technology performs as advertised, this could solve one of the most frustrating problems with AI comics. Advantage number 5. Commercial use. The sales page advertises a commercial license, which could be important for people creating content intended for business or publication. The downsides. But let's not ignore the potential drawbacks. First, AI doesn't automatically equal great storytelling. Even if the platform can generate a complete comic, you may still need to review the story, dialogue, artwork and overall quality. Second, AI-generated artwork isn't always perfect. Characters, hands, backgrounds, text and visual details can sometimes require corrections. Third, automation can reduce creative control. If you're an experienced illustrator or comic creator who wants precise control over every panel, you might prefer a more manual workflow. And finally, you should always verify the exact pricing, license terms, export limitations and commercial use conditions before purchasing. The sales page currently promotes an early bird offer and a one-time price, but offers and pricing can change, so check the current checkout page before making a decision. My verdict. So, is ComicAgent AI worth checking out? Here's my take. If you're someone who has lots of creative ideas but doesn't have the time or technical skills to write, illustrate and format an entire comic manually, ComicAgent AI has an interesting proposition. The biggest attraction isn't necessarily one individual feature. It's the complete workflow. You can start with an idea and potentially turn it into a comic, coloring book, storybook, video or other children's content. That's where the platform becomes interesting. However, I wouldn't recommend blindly assuming that every AI-generated product will be publish-ready without editing. Always review the output. Check the story. Check the artwork. Check the text. And most importantly, check the platform's current licensing and commercial use terms before selling anything. So overall, I would say ComicAgent AI is an interesting tool for beginners, content creators, digital product sellers and anyone interested in AI-assisted children's content creation. But whether it's worth paying for will depend on how good the actual outputs are for your specific type of content and how much manual editing you are willing to do. Final thoughts. And that's my review of ComicAgent AI. I really like the concept of taking one simple idea and turning it into multiple types of content. The combination of comic creation, character generation, coloring books, storybooks, videos and marketing tools makes this more ambitious than a basic AI image generator. But remember, AI is a tool. The quality of your final product still depends heavily on your ideas, prompts, editing and quality control. If you're interested in checking out ComicAgent AI, I'll leave the link in the description. And if you found this review helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rohit Reviews, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next AI tool review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.